וחמישה סלויים דמסחייפת ליטלי בפדיון בנך בחר חזה.
ואינה בבני בחי זה והילה 5 סלעים בפדיון אם חייב נוהג בין. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוות וציוונו על פדיון הבן. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
אמן. אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך. אמן. וישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. אמן. יסמרו אשמי על בני ישראל ואני אברכם.
Amen. Funding. The second time, you money your life, not this funding. So you didn't hear me? I'm telling you, you money your life. Tell me, let me think about it for a moment. So what does that mean that we are asking, would you like to have your baby or 5 shkalim of kesef? Obviously, we understand that you can just come and tell them, here's my bechor, and since I would like to keep him, this is the 5 shkalim of kesef that I'm redeeming. And by the way, these are silver coins that he's redeeming them for. Why is he asking that question? It seemed to be a silly question. The Kohen is asking. But in truth, this is the question that will ring in the father of the baby for the rest of their life. And the question will be, what would you like better? Your child or 5 shkalim of kesef? You know, a decision that we have to make in life in behalf of our children, many times we have to make that decision. That we want to give our children the best education that we can, even if it costs another 5 shkalim of kesef. What is more important for you? Do you keep 5 shkalim of kesef, or you give your child the best you can give them? Okay, you have a new father, he doesn't know yet, he says 5 shkalim. But all of us, a bit more experience, we know that the education that we want to give our child is a 5 shkalim of kesef worth nothing compared to one good way of living. You know, I remember I spoke once to a family that they were going together at the zoo or whatever it was, and there was a certain price for a child 12 or younger. And if you're 13, you need to pay double the price. So the father is telling the son, you're going to be 12 now for this occasion. Yeah. Let's hear that before. What is the message this child is getting? It's for $10 it's worth the lie. Correct? So what do you want better, to lie or to have a 5 shkalim of kesef? What do you prefer, to live by your moral standards or to save 5 shekels? Well, this is really a question, the question of life. What are we investing? What is important for us in our life? Are we trying to have gold and silver? And this is why we are decorating this baby with gold and silver, saying that yes, while there is all this gold and silver in life, but really what we are choosing is that this child will be raised with real moral values. The ethics of the father, it says, when a person leaves this world, we don't accompany him with gold and silver. What are we accompanying them? With Torah Ma'asim Tovim, with the Torah and the good deeds. Because this is what the impression that is left on this world. Not the gold and the silver that we have. You know, today, there's an expression, they call it resume virtues versus eulogy virtues. You know, the resume virtues is all of these titles after your name. But what is really the virtues of life? What is that we can accomplish in this life? It's not the silver and not the gold that we collected that we cannot take anywhere, but that mitzvot to ma'asim tovim. And this is really the question that the Kohen is asking the father. Will you make that choice in your life on behalf of the child? And if you would make this choice on behalf of your child, and if you will remember the 5 shkalim kesef, they go and they come, but the education of your children, the way you raise your children, that is a value that stays for eternity. If you will remember that, then your child will grow with it. You do not have to tell them anything. Because if you take your child to the zoo and you tell them that they are 12 years old, you don't have to tell them to lie. They learn to lie by themselves. But if you are telling them, I don't care how much we are paying, but I don't want you ever to say a lie, that will stay with them for the rest of their life. So, I think many made the right choice here today. And he said, I prefer my child over the 5 shkalim of kesef. And Bezrat Hashem, Yisrael Aryeh will grow to know that the real value of life is not the gems, the physical gems in gold and silver, but the spiritual ones. everyone who's here is like, they should look at each one of you as a gem, and every opportunity to do mitzvot, the masim tovim should be like gold and silver. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.